Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Brian's Little Talks. My name is Brian Aditya. So today we are going to be talking about the respiratory system. The respiratory system is a system in your body which allows for breathing and energy production. When you intake oxygen or when you breathe in and breathe out, the oxygen comes in and carbon dioxide comes out. But do you wonder how that happens? When oxygen goes into your lungs, it diffuses into your lungs by the help of certain part of your lungs called alveoli. This alveoli takes the oxygen and transfer it to your bloodstream and diffuses carbon dioxide into your lungs so you can breathe it out. The oxygen that's taken into your blood travels throughout your body and is given throughout your different organs. But respiratory is also for energy production. The formula for energy in our body is oxygen plus glucose, and if your outcome will be water and carbon dioxide. Now, this outcome allows you to have energy production inside your body, but it also helps with your sense of smell. When you breathe in, your olfactory organ takes particles from the air and lets you tell what smell is what. And when you breathe out and when you breathe in, olfactory organ lets you tell what is it. Like if you're smelling your food, you know it's your food. Like if you smell perfume, it smells nice. So that way you can know. Your olfactory organ allows you to know. It also makes like when you breathe in really cold air, it can feel weird, but your body warms it and makes it like moist, because you need to make it moist. Since your lungs are moist, your air shouldn't be dry and cold. It has to be warm and moist. But your respiratory system also acts as your guardian, as it protects your body from harmful particles in the air. When you breathe in, your nose has tiny hairs, so dust and all that stuff gets caught and doesn't go into your respiratory system. And you will sneeze it up and it will all come out. It also allows you to talk. By speaking right now, I am exhaling air into my larynx, which is my voice box, and is vibrating to make different sounds so I can talk. You see? Put your hand on your throat, and when you do that, you can feel the vibrations of when you talk. But there's also a nerve involved in the respiratory system, the cranial nerve. The cranial nerve is in your cranium, which is in your head. Like this part, the dome of your skull, it's called the cranium. That cranium contains a nerve. That nerve helps with passing different informations to your lungs or telling your body what to do, basically. But remember how I also mentioned about olfactory systems? Well, there's also a nerve involved in that, the olfactory nerve, which helps control your olfactory system and tells like so is it like determines what particles are like. If you breathe in perfume and garbage, your olfactory, like the scent of garbage, your olfactory nerve can tell which one smells nice and which one doesn't. But have you actually ever wondered why is carbon dioxide harmful to us? Well, carbon dioxide is harmful to us by increasing our blood pH level. That's the acidity in your blood. Our respiratory system takes out carbon dioxide so our blood doesn't get acidic. Our blood has a very specific pH level, and the difference between it is very low of how high or how low it can go. Your body manages it perfectly. If it's too high, you will die. If it's too low, you will die. But what is pH? pH is the measurement of acidity or alkalinity in the scientific scale. Usually is 0 to 14, and the value 7 on the pH scale means it's neutral. That means it's not like water. Water is not acidic or alkalinic. But what organs are actually involved in the respiratory system? Well, your nose or your mouth to breathe in, your throat to help travel the air down into your lungs, your lungs which hold the air. And fun fact about the lungs are actually not like, they're like sponges, and sponges need to be wet. So your lungs are quite moist to intake a good amount of air. And your left lung is also smaller than your right lung to make room for your heart. But on to back to respiratory. Your lungs and the alveoli are also another part of your lungs, which help diffuse oxygen into your blood. Respiratory system also collaborates with another system, the circulatory system. The circulatory system passes blood throughout the body. It's also how oxygen gets diffused into the blood. Your heart pumps blood throughout your body, and blood which is not oxygenated is comes to your lungs to get oxygen, and lungs which have and the blood which have carbon dioxide in it go to your lungs as well to put the carbon dioxide so you can exhale it out. But how do you even inhale and exhale? Well, there is a process to it. When you inhale, your lungs expand and your rib cage moves up and out, and your diaphragm contracts. But when you exhale, your lungs get smaller and your rib cage tightens and contracts around your lungs, and your diaphragm relaxes. But there are some things that can cause different effects to your respiratory system, such as germs or bacteria or viruses like COVID-19 can cause problems with your respiratory system, or even the common cold can block your nose, which can make it hard to breathe, make or give you a sore throat, which might make it hard to breathe or talk. And speaking of which, other things can also affect your lungs. Your lungs could get inflamed from smoking or some disease, and your nasal passage could also be blocked. Like, you know how babies sometimes inhale crayons? That could be lethal by blocking your nasal passage and not allowing oxygen to go in. But how do you keep your respiratory system healthy? Well, the number one rule is not to smoke or vape or like inhale any smoke at all. Smoke can cause your lungs to build up tar inside. And have you seen those pictures of smokers' lungs are black? Yeah, that's not good for your respiratory system. And other than that, you also could keep clean, could wash your hands, you could bathe, keep clean basically. You should also avoid pollution such as smog, other things. You can exercise like swimming by increasing your lung capacity and other things. You should also be stayed hydrated. It's very good to be hydrated. Hydrated means like you drink a lot of water basically. If you just thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. See you on the next video. Bye.